Hey, Bikeaholics, Zero 3D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. These guys ride and support riders just like you. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of Zero 3D products.
Hey, Ryan. My name is Brian. I live in Southern Ontario in Canada. And I recently stumbled across your videos and podcast. I commend you on a job well done. The production quality on everything is great. I enjoy listening to the podcast and watching your videos online. I recently stumbled across the documentary film you posted from last December, where you were showing the trip to Canada, and the production quality was beautiful. The audio quality was great. The music was freaking awesome, and the scenery was fantastic. I was just curious if you are planning on doing any more videos like that. Because from a viewer's perspective, well, let's just say I have watched that video more than once, and frankly, I'd pay good money to watch another one. Anyway, like I say, keep up the great work. We appreciate what you're doing. Take care.
Thank you so much, Brian. It means a lot. We've said it before, a ton of effort, a ton of man hours go into those, and all of everybody here in the studio right now being willing to be a part of my documentary films, because it takes everybody together to make that happen. In fact, we talked about it at Popeye this year, getting more involved with that and understanding some of the value of that, setting up extra time to let me get drone shots and stuff like that. And I appreciate it so much. And the guys are good. Answered your question. Yes. As Law Abiding Biker Media moves forward, I fully intend to do those documentary films, although they're a huge undertaking. I usually film them in the summer, and during the winter months, I try to get them in edit, which is just a huge, huge undertaking. But I know they're appreciated, and you're not the only one. That's one of many messages, one of many emails I get reference our documentary films. We do have the Canada one the year before. If you look on the YouTube channel, there's the Colorado documentary 2-part series. I wasn't quite, I'm getting more polished, I hope, over time. So it wasn't quite as polished, but I think it's still of value. And then we recently did, in 2017, late, we did a Reno motorcycle trip. That video is for sale. You said you're willing to pay for it, and many are, and I appreciate that. So the way we're rolling now is I do the documentary films, and for quite a few months, I put them out for purchase, so early access, so people can get them. At some point, they'll all release for free on the YouTube channel. So that Reno one will be out very soon, maybe by the time this podcast come out. In addition, I filmed, and I have a assload of files, video files from our 10-day Midwest 2018 4,600 mile motorcycle trip through the Midwest states, and a patron meetup. And that hasn't made it to edit yet, because like I say, winter of 2018, I'll edit that. So hopefully before Christmas, that one will be out, but it will be for sale for a while before it comes out. So there you go. That's the answer to your question. And that's why I do it, because of all the comments and the amount of views those videos get, and voicemails such as this. And thanks for sending in that voicemail. Really, really appreciate it. Oh yeah, once you've had Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy straps and bungee cords. Go strapless with a Rick Rack quick attach luggage system and quality bag. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up now. And now, straight from the Law Abiding Biker Media Studio,
out of sunny Yakima, Washington,
we bring you another episode of the
#1 listen to motorcycle podcast.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
Oh, there's what we're looking for. Gotcha, didn't I?
Is that the outro?
Yeah, that's the outro. I was really trying to trick you. Actually, I just effed up when I'm running so much shit over here, dude. Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the big MM, also known as the 99% large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By being involved, by listening to the podcast, the YouTube channel, everything we got going on, you are part of what we call
the biker revolution.
That is right, bitches. Say it.
bitches.
Just because, I don't know, it feels cool to say bitches. At this juncture in the evening, it feels good. All right, you're not bitches. We love you. All right, but it's fun to say. All right, so anyways, we do have just one question. Before we get started, what are you waiting for, Bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
Oh, Squid bringing it in for the dual. Channel left, channel right. Very, very nice. Ryan Urlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast and your
high-tech redneck.
Very nice. Can you say that again?
High-tech
That's kind of sexy, dude. We may have to pull that audio clip, Matt, and post edit. You may have to pull that audio clip so that we can we can play that in the future.
High-tech redneck.
Showing my range.
It's very nice, dude. Very nice. And as usual, dude, very nice to have you back on the mic, dude. Squid in the house.
The one, the only.
Your finest United States sailor.
Thanks for being here, brother.
I love it here. I'm always here.
I know. We love having you on a mic. That's right. This one's recorded, regular podcast. We did a live event right before this, a patron-only live event. And that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, as usual, we're batch processing. So we're doing a second episode for you guys. And, of course, Popeye here. Thanks for being here, brother.
You betcha. Always good to come down.
I'm strong to the finish, 'cause
I eat me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor.
You're just looking at him like, are you going to...
What the?
Bleep. Nicely done, dude.
All right.
Okay, we have an awesome episode for you guys. As you can already tell,
We're staying on track.
We're not going to stay on track. We're going to try. So, kind of a techie episode. I got Squid here with his HP laptop and his own air card and his mouse out on the table for a visual. To the left of me is Popeye with his parchment paper.
No shit. Parchment paper.
I shit you not. It's parchment paper. That's the difference. That's the difference in the preparation that goes on for these episodes. Popeye shows up with parchment paper, but it's great.
All comes out the same. It's all notes. It's all notes.
Just good times, dude. We're going to remember that one. Because it's funny. Like, if you would have showed up like with one of these, dude, with like yellow lined, your typical notebook paper, that's funny shit if you showed up with that. But it's really funny that it's parchment paper. Right. Like, that's the funny part, dude. It's even worse.
So, for the listening audience that weren't listening to the last episode, I was just talking. I was up fucking camping all weekend, and I was making a list for our last show
Sitting
of all
around the
this stuff.
campfire, right?
Sitting around a campfire, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm racking my brain. I'm like, the hell do I got to write on? Well, this is what I was using for starting fires, and so I just tore off a piece of it. I'm fucking writing shit down.
But we don't want to know what he used for ink.
You're right. You're right. Or he may use that. If you use that for toilet paper, you're going to be hurting.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, dude.
Yeah, it'll tear you up.
Oh, God. That's funny, though, dude. All right. Main topic tonight. We are going to get into it. We have Squid here for a reason on this one. He's really dove into this and looked at it. He is, Popeye has a little bit older bike, so it's pre-14, 13, right?
12.
So it doesn't have the boombox system. Nonetheless, we had a lot going on in this episode. And, but we're going to talk about the boombox. We're going to talk a little bit about the new GTS, although that's a separate episode. But it's all going to interlace with all that kind of stuff going on. Some of the debacles, there is a replacement, and a lot of people have asked us about it for the boombox because a lot of people are just straight getting fed up with the boombox. Of course, let me mention, long time, multiple years now, #1 selling boombox tutorial videos. We have 3 of them in the series, lawabidingbiker.com/Harley Boom Box. There's the main one that gets you up and running, all the hidden menus. It does have a learning curve. There's a lot of just weird nuances about it. We're not saying the system's perfect in those videos. What we do is take a system and show you the best way to utilize that system and get the most out of the system, regardless of what it is. #2 is how to update your software and your maps and your dealer maps. It all needs to be updated. There's multiple updates coming out. And the third one in that is our ride planner, which is still very valuable. In fact, me and Lurch, by the time this comes out a couple nights ago, we did an episode on the new ride planner. tutorial video on how to use that free online software, create maps, waypoints, your entire trip, download it, and then upload it into your boombox system. Because again, Ride Planner, just like the boombox, has a learning curve, and we try to help you flatten that learning curve so you can get out riding and all that kind of stuff. Still very valid, all that kind of stuff. So don't forget about that. But there's a lot of people that are just plain fed up with the boombox, and that's what this episode is about. It's the new boombox replacement from Sony. It's called the XAV-AX 5000. I'm not going to tell you any more on that. Darryl here, Squid, did a whole bunch of research, and he's very educated on it. And I have a lot of questions about it, and I didn't actually do any research on it on purpose. I know very little about it. And the reason I did that is because it allows me to ask Squid here more questions about it that you as listeners may have, because I do have some serious questions and some issues with it. And it may be because I'm not completely educated on it. So that is what we're going to dive into deep. And of course, this episode, not only by our sponsors, Zero 3D and Rick Rack and all that kind of stuff, guys, but a few patrons also sponsor this episode. Popeye.
Oh, yeah. We got Ryan Sherman. I hope I didn't butcher that, of Lake Stevens, Washington, coming close to that, my hometown where I grew up. Mm-hmm. John Niedersick, I guess. Niedersick, yeah, maybe Niedersick or Niederskick of Oxford, Massachusetts. Alan Galfort. Jesus, what'd you do? Give me all the...
That's why I pointed at you, because I can't say him.
Alan Gallart of Forest Lake, Minnesota. We thank you all.
And Todd Funk of Washington, Illinois, top tier patron. Dwayne Bone of Mudgee, New South Wales, Australia. What is this?
I know, dude. Worldwide, baby.
And Ernie Laney of Bryan, Texas, another top tier patron. Thank you.
So he gets Laney, Bone, and Funk. Those are some tough last names you bunched in there.
You notice I didn't want to read any of those.
But we thank you all. Thank you for your support.
That's right. LawBuddingBiker.com/Patreon. Pledge a certain amount, appropriate content, no worse to you. You can put a monthly cap. We understand your family budget. You do get benefits. You get t-shirts and stickers. You get into the private Facebook group and access to our live video broadcasts with live chat that we love so much. We just did one of those. Up to top tier patrons get access to our premium videos up on request. So thank you so much. That our patron members are the reason we can keep going on down the road. New free video, tons of free videos out. This one's been out for a long time. I always say that. Be subscribed to the YouTube channel and listen to the podcast, because some things we do on YouTube don't make it here, and some things we do on the podcast don't make it to YouTube, and vice versa. You really need to be in both places to get all the content that we put out. This is the Speed and Strength Soul Shaker Denim Motorcycle Vest review, a biker review. It'll be in the show notes, lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is. That's how we do it. I will put a link to it so you can get directly to that video. Denim vest, it does have armor in it and a protective vest, but yes, stylish. You guys know I'm always trying to test new gear here, because I don't wear a lot of the traditional Harley-Davidson stereotype gear, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just I like to wear stuff that's stylish yet offers a ton of protection, yet you don't really know, like my Kevlar jeans and the shirt I wore today, Squid, down to, and you saw me riding back with it. Tons of armor in the back, armor in the sleeves, shoulders, but you guys can't tell. It looks like a stylish flannel shirt. So that's another one of the pieces of equipment that I tested. So there you go. Out on our YouTube channel. Let's roll. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, seeing you wear those, I need to get some of that stuff. It's stylish. It looks good. But yeah, when you feel the pads in there and, what's not the pads, but what else?
Armor. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff. I need to get some of that stuff for myself.
It's different times with all the gear they're coming out. Yeah. What's up?
And the jeans I'm wearing right now are riding jeans. You wouldn't even know it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Are those Kevlar?
Those are riding jeans?
Yes.
They have Kevlar in them?
Yeah.
See, nice. Yeah, I see.
I didn't know they had skinny jeans that were...
Whatever.
What brand are you rocking?
They're Speed and Strength.
Yeah. Speed
Oakland.
and Strengths make them. Rocker. I have a couple rockers. I have some Draco Drift jeans. I've done reviews on all this stuff. So good. See, even me, I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah.
It is. And it's just the amount of protection they're going to offer you, yet not, and again, I'm not against the stereotypic Harley rider, but I don't like chaps, and my Kevlar jeans actually offer more protection from both weather and from the road rash.
Yeah.
You go down in chaps, they're assless.
Yeah.
Your ass is toast.
Right. Yep.
You don't need, most bikers that go down, they aren't sliding on their thighs, they're sliding on their ass.
their butts, yeah.
And they got zero protection. So I just am always looking for that progressive gear and trying to test it for you guys because it's a different time. That stuff didn't used to be available. So, all right, there you go. Nice. Kevlar jeans. Look at this guy. Showed up in a laptop, Kevlar jeans. This guy's
I came prepared today.
And then we got parchment paper over here. Sorry. Love you, Popeye. It just makes for fun shit, dude. We'll talk about that forever. All right. So here I will tell you, I'm going to say this about the Boombox GTS, which comes on 2019 and newer Harley-Davidson models. I've done a ton of videos recently on some of the FXDR 114, a review, an overview. I've also done it on the Boombox GTS. You need to watch this video because it sums up a lot of stuff and it's got a ton, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments. lawabidingbiker.com/Harley-Boom-Box-GTS in the show notes also for this episode. It will tell you a ton about it and what you need to know about the new, because it did change. It's been the same since 14 to 18, but it did change coming in 2019. They did revamp some stuff. Again, not really what this episode is about. So, all right, here we go. Let me pull this article up. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me go back down. There was an article. Oh, right there. That's what I did.
That's it.
And I don't know, you probably read through this article. I really didn't, but it was something that I found. So Squid's pretty much going to carry this. Me and Popeye are going to ask questions in between. And I'm sure at some point we'll get off track like we always do. But everybody's asking, Darryl, is there, like, I am at a point, and I want you to, let me do this. We're at a point where a lot of people are just, even with the new Boombox 2019 GTS, they're not happy with Harley and this whole debacle of this head unit. Okay. Let's start by this. I know you have a story recently about your Boombox. Let's start with that. You may, and what we're going to get into is there is an alternative, but we're not going to get into the alternative yet. What I want to tell you is another story of thousands upon thousands of stories of what people are dealing with the Boombox. So shoot.
So I am the proud owner of a 2016 Ultra Limited.
You are proud.
I am proud. With the 6.5 GT Boombox radio crap. And I had one.
He doesn't get fired up about this stuff either. Should have heard him earlier today, Popeye.
Oh God, it was murder. That's what I wanted to do. So the front right channel of my radio went out. So bike's under warranty.
What do you mean the front right channel?
So speaker channels. Two front,
so
two rear.
Good question, Popeye.
So you're getting nothing on the right?
Better than you get nothing on the left.
Jesus. We're going to start this episode over. We're starting this episode over.
So
what? What the fuck does that mean?
Ask her.
Told you we're staying right on track. Staying right on track here.
So you said your front right channels went out.
Yeah, speaker channel. So had no sound coming out of the front right channel of the radio. So bike's under warranty. I take it to my local Harley Davidson dealership and I tell them, hey, I did some troubleshooting. This is the problem. Trying to save some time, which was an utter disaster because
you dropped the law-abiding biker name, dude.
I should have,
because they know us there well. They would probably went, oh, they do know more than us. Seriously.
So
it's all right. Yeah,
they take my bike back there. They have it back for 4 hours. This includes changing out tires and troubleshooting my radio problem.
By the way, stop there. Continue in a second. We just want to say, because we've done a lot of episodes, there are, just like every business, chain business, it varies greatly from dealership to dealership. We've been to dealerships throughout the country and we've seen some assholes and some good people that help you. Again, we're not talking about trashing all dealerships. We're just talking about a particular dealership that we got less than optimum service.
I don't want to trash talk a dealership.
I have friends that work in dealerships, so I'll just tell you guys that. Yeah.
But I was not a happy customer.
Yes. And rightfully so.
So they take 4 hours to change my tires and troubleshoot. And they say, yep, we have to order you a new radio. I'm like, okay, it's under warranty. I'll get a new radio.
New head unit for the Boombox.
Right. New head unit. Right. Because that was the issue.
Squid needs a new unit at this.
At this point in his life, I'm sure he does.
He's so sorry he came. He's so sorry that he came on with us, dude. I'm just saying, we're going nowhere, dude.
Off the rails.
A lot of submarine days he wore his unit out.
Stop. All right. Sorry, Squid.
It's all right.
Tell us to fuck off.
Yeah, I'm good. So I just fuck off in my mind. So they tell me, hey, we got to get you a replacement head unit. So I'm like, cool, great. Call me when it's in. A week goes by. 2 weeks goes by. I'm like, God damn. How long does it take to fucking
I said, God damn.
get a head unit in? Right? So about 6 weeks goes by. 6 weeks. And they call me up and say, hey, your head unit's in. Can we schedule you for a date to get it put in? I prefaced that 3 days prior. I text the service manager because he gave me a cell phone number because I was that pissed off. And they said they didn't know when it was coming in. It could be 3 to 4 weeks. And here we are 3 days later. They're calling me to schedule an appointment.
And this is a warranty item, right?
This is a warranty item.
Because you're still under warranty.
Well, my 2-year warranty
Extended
had expired. So now I'm under the extended warranty that I
Which
paid.
you paid for, right?
I paid through the ass for it. And it's not fucking worth it. Anyway.
I agree.
So I go, great. Come in. They're like, well, we're replacing your head unit with a refurbished unit. I'm like, what kind of bullshit's that? Why am I getting a refurbished unit when
This is interesting.
this is crap? Why am I getting a refurbished unit when I paid a lot of money for a warranty? You think you're going to get a brand new replacement unit. Like, nope, your warranty only covers, and I'll put the number out there, $500 worth of equipment.
I did not know that.
What does the warranty cost?
Like $2,500,
About 4 times that.
right? Yeah,
So-
so I think it's like $2,500, Popeye, if I remember right. Right? Does that sound right?
That
Darryl?
sounds like that's not a good number. And I had to pay a $50 deductible. So I'm already not happy here. So they take my bike in to replace the head unit, and it takes them about 3 hours to replace my head unit, which gave me 3 hours to get some work stuff done while I'm waiting for them. So call me up. I come downstairs, get my bike. So I have the WIM installed as well.
So you got to just for the audience, for a picture, dealership, you got a brand new refurbished head unit now.
Brand new refurbished.
Yeah, brand new refurbished.
Refurbished. Right. Exactly what I'm getting at.
Well, let's just call it used. POS.
Right.
All right. That they threw in my bike.
The funny thing is I've had a lot of guys in the community email me about this, about Lemon units and having to get new boombox units, but none of them have told me that they're refurbished. So this is very interesting. They haven't told me one way or the other. So it's
I could have
interesting
went out
to
on
hear this.
eBay,
Correct,
and bought one, and would have been happier.
and we could have replaced it.
Yeah, yeah. So I fired my bike. Like, let me check out my WIM, make sure that it's working.
The wireless headset interface module.
Thank you. I was just about to ask, what is WIM?
Which allows you to have Bluetooth headset connectivity.
Which should have been
Since
built
they
in
right.
initially.
Oh, so here we go. See,
Oh God, don't get me started.
since they fucked up in the first place, and with the boombox, normally you can't pair a Bluetooth headset directly with it. So 2 years after Harley created the boombox, they got enough complaints from all of us. They're like, oh fuck. So they added an add-on product that they charge you for.
They charge you an ass ton
to fix their problem, so that you can actually pair a Bluetooth headset with your boombox.
and
Yeah.
and with that, if you don't buy their headset, you get AM quality sound.
Mono sound. If you don't buy their HD stamped headset, every other manufacturer makes headsets that pair no problem with other systems, but Harley wants you to have the Harley logo one. So they nailed you with the WIM and they nailed you with the headset. Yeah.
So turn it on, go scrolling for the wireless headset icon. It's not there. I'm like, oh, they didn't flash my bike. So
And so what Darryl means by flash, just because the audience, we have new listeners,
Right.
When you make adjustments to the boombox like that, even if you put a new amp or new speakers, or you put a WIM, a wireless headset interface module, you have to get into a software that's called Digital Technician. It's proprietary software that only Harley-Davidson dealerships have, because you have to tell the boombox to recognize that it has a WIM installed or recognize a certain output for a particular amp.
Correct.
You have to flash it every time you do something to the boombox. So they did, and do you expect that to be like standard procedure?
You would think.
It should be.
You think there'd be a little checklist and some monkey could just follow the checklist and figure it out. Obviously not this case. So go back in there, tell the service tech, hey, you guys need to flash my bike. Even though you told me before I rolled my bike out of your shop, yep, we flashed it with the latest software. Okay, so now I'm really not happy. So they look over at the service tech, hey, go flash his bike. The service technician had this look of fear because he had no clue. So he brings the Digitech machine over, pops the cover off, plugs it into my bike, and it looked like a bunch of fucking monkeys, right? Trying to fuck their way around the screen to figure out what's going on. And he did not have the balls to say, I have no clue what I'm doing. I need to get some help.
Could have watched a lab video.
He could have.
A lot of dealerships are watching our video on how to flash the system with their software. Seriously,
Nice.
dude. Seriously.
So I'm just a little peeved, right? I'm just a little peeved. So another maintenance tech and the service manager comes over and they point him in the right direction. They get it, the WIM selected. I'm like, great. Looking over at my bike. Supposedly they washed my bike. They washed the top half of my bike. Didn't wash the bottom half of my bike.
dude. It's horrible.
Oh,
I'm like, this is just
What a
complete crap.
jackasses.
But I'm
Nice.
like, I've had enough. I just want to get the F out of here. Just let me go.
Yeah,
All
if you
right.
try to wash the rest of the bike, you'll just break something. So let me get the
just
hell
let
out
me-
of here, dude.
Let me get out of here.
At this point.
So go my merry way. I get about 30 minutes from the dealership. Now my bike has a GPS and navigation. Well, the old head unit did. So
Not the refurbished model.
not the refurbished
They
model.
forgot that on the refurb model?
So I hit the navigation button and a compass comes up. I'm like, I've never fucking seen this before.
Just a compass.
Just a compass.
You can't find your way with just a compass?
Not on a goddamn submarine.
That should be the easiest place, shouldn't it? Nothing to run into. Just point her east, west,
There's stuff down there to
going
run into.
east towards communist Russia. The Russians.
The Russians.
I'm like,
Direct me towards Russia.
no comment. So, I'm like, this sucks. So I'm going down the highway. So just let me just do some troubleshooting, thinking maybe I could figure this out that those jackals could not.
Dude, this is crazy.
So I fimble fart my way around to the system information.
Thimble fuck, I think is the.
But
Fart's the nice way.
But all right, leave me alone here.
That's how sailors say
If
it.
I start cursing, this entire show will just be nothing but curse words. And maybe we want a young person to listen to this.
Right.
Maybe. I'm trying here.
How young?
Whoa, where are you going with this?
I'm just saying it should be driving age at least. I mean, shit.
Well, those millennials, they're soft.
They
True.
are.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So I hit the system information button and figure out there's no navigation software loaded on this boombox. So I'm thinking, so they gave me my fucking bike and it's just not fixed.
Half washed.
Half washed.
Refurbished unit with no navigation. in
Yes.
it.
Like,
Right.
I'm in worse condition than when I dropped it off.
Correct.
Yeah, all my speakers work. Great. But I just pissed. So I called the service manager.
When you called, let me ask you this, just because this is a good story. When you called him, this is what I'm expecting that you said. You said, listen, do you know who this is? This is Spider MO 443.
Ain't changing it. Ain't changing
Spider
it.
MO 443 on YouTube. Popeye, would you do this, please?
Oh, yeah. Hey, bikeaholics searching for a new and exciting motorcycle product? Cyril 3D has just what you're looking for. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for Harley Davidson motorcycles. Cyril 3D's got your back with chrome and black lighting and comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation. That equals less time installing and more time riding.
Oh, yeah.
Cyril 3D has a design team with over 40 years of experience with a passion for design and innovation. These guys are bikers and care about bikers just like you. They pride themselves on great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them via email at sales@cyril3d.com or give them a call at 715-808-0010. Zero 3D is distributed in the United States by Drag Specialties, in Europe by Parts Europe and Zodiac, and in Asia by Twin Art. Check at your local Harley dealership and ask for Zero 3D products. Better yet, Bikeaholics. Help support us here and head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of Zero 3D products. Oh, yeah.
Nicely done. So after you told them that you were Spider MO443, what was their response?
Oh, sir, we're very sorry.
Who the fuck are you? And why are you calling? That would have been my response.
Right.
Which is why I'm not customer service.
Go on with your story. I just like to add those things to make stories really exciting.
So the service guy, who I won't mention his name as much as I want to, says, hey, we're going to have to call the Motor Corp to figure this out. And I'm thinking to myself, no, motherfucker, you need to schedule me for an appointment and put a brand new fucking radio in. You don't need to call Harley.
Did you say it just like that?
That's what I thought.
Motherfucker. Did you get far?
He would have hung up on me.
Click, click.
And then they're like,
listen, Spider MO
443.
Let me tell you something.
And they're like, we will come bring a trailer and we'll come pick
I'm
your bike
Elephant
up.
Man 664. Oh, God. Okay, sorry.
And they're like, hey, we can come pick your bike up and bring her back to our shop. And I'm thinking to myself, if I let these motherfuckers pick my bike up, one, they're going to keep it for 2 to 9 months, and they're going to break more shit.
They're not going to bring it back to you.
Fuck no.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How the fuck am I supposed to get to you to get to my bike? Because you're not bringing it back to me.
Exactly.
So I'm like, it's time for a new fucking radio.
Yep.
Time to pull all this shit out and put in something I know that's going to work.
And we've been talking about this. Darryl's kind of been on the cutting edge, Squid here on the cutting edge of this system. And honestly, I've had a shitload of emails and a shitload of comments. I've just been busy, and I was like, I get by, and I'm finally glad that I'm getting an opportunity to look into it, because it does seem, from what I know, somewhat of a viable option. And I know if you're like Squid from the story that you just heard, if you're at a point where you're fed up, there are options. I'm surprised that there's not more options, but it's kind of a niche market for a Harley stereo that has boombox capabilities. Although Harley has royally effed it up over the years with the boombox. An interesting point while we're saying this, without getting into the GTS too much, you said it well today. What's your take in a couple sentences, because you told me, if you remember, of what the GTS is, the new Boombox 2019 GTS.
Oh, it's like a freaking pig with lipstick. It's still a fucking pig,
right? Basically, they took the original Boombox and made it all touchscreen.
Yeah, that's all they fucking did.
And barely a better user interface. It still has many of the issues and glitches that you're going to deal with what you're expected.
It sounds the same amp, the same hokey speakers.
Yep.
Right. You still need a whim.
Exactly.
To have a headset. So they had a golden opportunity.
Oh, nice.
To listen to the customers, right? The people that are spending the thousands of dollars on their on their products post purchase of their motorcycles, and they failed to listen to them. They could have fixed all that with their GTS.
Yep. They're busy marketing to millennials and forgetting about their core customers. We're not going to get into that conversation, but I had to say it.
Check out a couple podcasts ago.
Exactly. And not only that, you can't retrofit it, guys. That's in my video, which will be in the show notes. You need to watch it, but you can't retrofit. So you can't take your 2014 to 18. You can't buy a 2019 GTS and pop your unit and upgrade it. It's not compatible. And I believe at this point, from my research, it has to do with the ECM and it not communicating with the entire system, basically.
The software. They could have. I firmly believe that Harley Motor Corp could have got with Harman Kardon. Who's their
Are they still making the new GTS?
Yeah.
I think they are. I don't know. I didn't research it. Yeah. I figured they were.
And they could have coded it to work with the Rushmore Project bikes. They chose not to, because they want you to buy
2019.
Yeah.
Just for a damn stereo.
Nope.
Which is not happening here.
Nope. Not this guy.
So we got options for you, apparently, which is what?
So that's the Sony XAV. Let me get the notes here.
Yeah, I got it here too. It's a weird name. As far as you know, Squid, is this the only direct replacement for the boombox system? It's up on the show notes up here. The Sony XAV-AX 5000. That sounds like they get the new boombox. Sony XAV-AX 5000.
It's the one that I found that most people are recommending or commenting on in different forms as far as when they pull out their boombox, what head unit are they installing?
So for the other high-tech mental midgets out there, like me,
good call.
What you're telling me is that basically, fuck you. Basically, what you're saying is that I just pull out the current, your model, Rushmore Project models. I would pull out that stereo, and this one would go in.
Correct. Along with it, it comes with a custom wiring harness and a few different modules so that you can continue to use your all the buttons and thumb switches on your handlebars. You still maintain some of those controls.
You do.
But there's some negatives to this.
Let's talk about pause. No, that's good. I've got a lot of, and honestly, I don't have any notes in front of me because you did the research. So good question. He's getting the parchment paper out. Fuck. Getting the parchment paper out. Can't read that shit. It's all at an angle because it's not even lined paper. But tell me this. Let's start out. Do you know how long this XAV has been out? At least a couple of years because I've been getting emails about it. We might do a video on this, by the way. We may do a replacement video on this.
It's been about 3 years that this model has been on the market. Now they've had the 100 and 200, which are about the same form factor.
Okay.
But they have a volume knob, while the 5000 is completely touchscreen.
Okay.
So there's no DVD player with it as well.
Okay, so tell me this.
What's a DVD?
It's true.
Nobody listens
or
to
CD player.
Actually, no. Well, I shouldn't say that because all CD. That's actually what I meant to. But
I don't own a DVD or a CD for like 10 years.
I was going to say, but a lot
some people do.
A lot of our listeners, we got an older crowd, and I'll bet a lot of them still do CDs.
They do. In fact, people order our streaming on demand, instant access videos. I just had a guy. No offense, if you're out there. Me and Lurch answer the emails, get it every once in a while. It's been 20 days. He goes, hey, emailed us. I bought your video. It's been 20 days and I don't have it yet. That's because it's not a DVD, bro. We don't sell DVDs. And It says it right there. It's streaming immediate access. You could have had that 20 days ago. You could have had access. So yeah, you're right. You're right. There are. And that's not making fun. It's just, some people don't understand that. So let's start out with the Sony unit. Who do you get it through? Is only Sony selling it direct, or do you know?
So in order to use it with the Harley,
and it's the same size screen, just so people know real quick. Sorry.
They call it a double DIN.
Okay.
Same size.
So no shims or nothing, just straight.
Shims.
We'll just call it the double D for.
Nicely done. Skipped right over my head. Thanks, Popeye, for bringing it back.
Yeah. Gotta dumb it down.
Dumb it down for some of the listeners. I don't know what the fuck's
going on here before you guys talk about it. So I'm just here for entertainment value at this point.
He heard something he understands. He didn't hear anything else up double D.
Yeah, we can double D.
Oh, I'm in this conversation, motherfucker.
Exactly, right?
I'm back in the conversation.
I'm in.
So there's a couple things when you want to upgrade to head unit.
Okay.
So the one, it's not marine rated.
Oh.
Which means
we can't take it into too wet of weather.
That is correct.
This is a good con, though. We need to talk about this.
But there are some workarounds for that. But that's one of the things you need to be aware of, that it's not marine rated. And in my research, I found a place that has equipment that will help you out.
Duly noted on my lined paper.
Better than parchment paper.
Not marine grade. Okay.
If you, like myself, have an ultra limited and you have a CB, you won't have that capability anymore. So if you want to use your CB radio,
stand by.
A CB radio. Are there people actually using CB radios on their motorcycles still?
Well, son, I bet you there's somebody that is.
I'm bringing up notes. Maybe. Hang on a second. So this is going to be the Sony
XAV AX 5000.
AX 5000. Okay. So I'm going to make some notes because I have to do show notes for this. Right. So not marine grade. Okay. That's good. And, guard isn't good. Grade. And What was the second thing you said? No, it's not CB compatible,
Right.
Which nobody gives a shit about, honestly. And maybe there is listeners out there. I shouldn't say that,
But those are things you have to think about.
Right.
If that's something that's important to you, then you're going to want to keep your boombox head unit and modify your system in other ways with a new amplifier, speakers,
Right.
And some other stuff for another episode.
So that's good. So not marine grade, not CB compatible, which even in the 2019 models, they don't even come stock with CBs anymore. But with the invent, I should say, or of Bluetooth headsets and stuff, not a lot of people are using CBs anymore.
And then
especially your 30, your Sena 30S,
30K.
30K, it's like you can have unlimited amount of people in your network. So
Right, as long
and
as
they're
they're all-
longer distance, they're clearer. So I think that's why people are getting away from CBs. Yeah.
Right. And you also lose the intercom function.
Hey,
on the
rubber
bike.
ducky, what's your 1020 rubber ducky?
Pig pen is a rubber ducky. Come on back. Got a copy on this walkie-talkie.
Spider ammo.
Oh boy.
Spider ammo
Bring it on.
443.
Bring it on.
Spider ammo. Rubber ducky to Spider ammo 443.
I got a
What's
good
your-
copy. Go ahead on there. Come on back.
All right.
I love you guys.
Good times. Good times. Spice it up. All right.
So, where was I?
Okay, so tell me this. Riddle me this there, Spider ammo. How much does this thing cost? Let's start with that, because a lot of people will check out if it's a crazy amount of money.
And it's not. So to bundle it with the wiring harnesses, you can get it from a few different retailers, one being Amazon, at a price point of about $523.
Okay.
All right.
So I got to pay $500 for something Harley fucked up in the first place to fix it.
And you got to pay for a whim, which is another couple $100 so that you can have Bluetooth connectivity.
Yes.
Although with this, you don't
Although
need
it's
the
not
whim.
that bad, huh?
Correct. You do not.
Okay.
But
we're going everywhere in this. And I'm sorry, if you need to say, I need to go back, if I'm not going in the order you wanted to, please.
But the money you're not going to spend on the whim, you're going to spend on this other item.
Okay.
So we'll get there.
So you take it from here, because I'm totally screwing up your flow.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions, and I think you got a flow here. So $500 something.
So about $523 gets you the head unit, the XM Sirius radio module, and the integrated wiring harness. That's if you get it from Volunteer Audio.
So you need a unit. You need a.
If you want satellite radio.
I don't. Who listens to satellite radio?
I do.
I got to ask you about that. Okay, we're getting off on a side tangent right now. Okay, now listen. This is one of the things that I don't, and just school me. Okay, I'm open. I don't know how satellite radios, XM radio, still exists, and here's why. Okay, I don't know why I would pay for that service, and I know some people still do it, but Harley touts on their boombox, oh, it's XM satellite. Fuck XM satellite. The reason is, I can get it all for free. I can listen to Apple Radio. I can listen, if you have Spotify, you can listen to podcasts. They're downloadable. You can download all that. You can download music on your phone. There is nothing on XM satellite radio unless you love Howard Stern, which I think he's an idiot. Unless you like him, he's the only thing XM satellite has going on for him. Let me tell you, in my wife's new Honda Pilot, they're putting that shit free in, because they're dying, and everybody they kind of are with the advent. And I know you're going to have some different opinion, so I actually want to get educated. I had it in my car, my Honda Pilot, for 30 days. I used it, and I really wanted to like it. I really did. I was like, this has got to be cool, because it's still around. There's nothing on there that I can't get from different services for free. And so after 30 days, it expired, and they tried calling me so we could stay with the plan because it was free, and we don't have it anymore. And my wife doesn't care. My kids doesn't care. I even asked my kids, I'm like, did you guys, I'll pay for it if you really liked it. No, we just plug our phone in with the Apple CarPlay in our Honda Pilot, and it has everything that XM satellite has to offer. So tell me, what is so great about XM? I got to know.
Hold on before you get to there.
Thank you. I got to know.
What does Apple CarPlay do? Because I'm not an Apple guy.
Very good.
So I don't know what does that do for you? Do I have to have internet service, like 4G shit, or is it something you can download right to your phone?
No, it's automatically, if you already have an Apple iPhone, it basically just lets you plug your phone in via cable to a head unit, such as the Honda Pilot or the Boombox, and it makes it look like your iPhone. So you have all the same icons and it's very easy. Siri will read you your text messages so you don't have to text and drive. You can listen to your podcast, but it has all the same icons, Apple Maps. It makes it it's perfectly integrated with your iPhone. Honestly, that's the easiest route.
It's just a repeater for your iPhone.
It's a repeater, and it makes it look like your head unit look like your iPhone, so it's very familiar to you. Yep, there you go.
But you'd have to have some type of
an iPhone.
Well, an iPhone or like my pickup. I could put that up on my pickup screen. 'Cause I have an Android, but you can either use freaking an iPhone or an Android.
You would have to have Android CarPlay for that.
No.
There's two different services if you want, and you can't do Apple CarPlay with an Android, and you can't do Android CarPlay with an Apple.
Back to the GTS.
Don't you write that down? I know, I know, dude.
Well, I was just going to say where I was going is that if you do or you don't have to have the internet, like if you have to have it for,
so if you want to,
if you're in the middle of BFE, can you get this Apple CarPlay you speak of? Whereas if I've got
you'll still have Apple CarPlay, but you may not. You're talking about two different things, and I get where you're going. This will sum it up for you. You're getting at Apple iTunes, which is their music side of things. Apple CarPlay is a whole ecosystem of just putting it up on your screen. Now, when that question, yes, within Apple CarPlay, which is part of the ecosystem of Apple, is iTunes, and Google Play has Google Play Music. That's their music ecosystem.
So if I'm listening to the music in there and I'm not getting the internet connection,
if you don't have a cell signal, unless you download it to your phone, which I have thousands of songs downloaded to my phone already, I don't need an internet signal. Gotcha. And podcasts, all my podcasts come up, and the top 5 episodes, recent episodes, automatically already download to my phone. I don't need internet to listen to that music, and I don't need internet to listen to podcasts. And which is my big gripe about XM. Like, why would I pay $15 a month for XM satellite? So
I'm a dumbass on this shit, and so I'm sure there's plenty of listeners out there that are just like me going, what the fuck are they talking about?
Those are fucking good questions, dude, because you're right. We skipped over, like, a lot of people don't know what does that do for me?
Right. So I pay for the service because I get bored. I can listen from classic to country to talk radio.
You can do that on Apple Radio.
To hands-free. And
you can do that on Apple Radio. Siri, play classic rock radio. I can do it right on my Apple HomePods and my phone. I'm serious. This is what a lot of XM guys tell me, which is cool.
Hold on.
I don't get it.
And let me tell you about the whole fucking whim. All right.
No, you got to stay on XM satellite. No, and I'm cool. Maybe you haven't thought about it. I don't know. A lot of people don't. They've had it. Seriously, dude. I can tell my Apple HomePods here or my phone. I have Apple Radio. I already pay for a subscription for my family for like $9 a month. Mm-hmm. Hey, play 90s rap. Play classic rock radio. It does the same thing, and it's already in a subscription that I already own. I don't understand XM satellite. I really don't. Why guys still pay for it? I think a lot of guys just don't know. I don't know. I'm searching.
I like to get the convenience.
I want to like it.
For me, it's a convenience.
Okay. All right.
I flip a channel and it's there.
Gotcha.
Either in my work car,
right?
My bike, and in my car.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. There's your answer. There's your answer.
And have a little bit of disposable income.
And yeah, exactly. I'm not against it. I really wanted to like it. I'm not like trash, and I'm like, I don't know how it exists. And it is. If you read, I was reading on it recently. It's they're having troubles hanging on because of what I just said. Mm-hmm. Like millennials aren't getting XM satellite.
No, they're doing like Spotify, like, Pandora, all the other.
I already have this free. Yeah, why am I going to pay for this when I already have it free? Or a subscription you already have with Apple Music or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, there you go. That's a good side tangent, so I'm glad. Thank you. All right.
Where the fuck were we?
Yeah, we're out of here. We're done.
All right. We're done.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed all right. So we're at price. Just break it down on this about I'm just going to let you talk for a while.
Right.
Because I'm interrupting you about what it is. Is it a touch screen? What do you need to get it? What don't you need? What are the pros and cons? Just go and we'll try not to interrupt too much.
What this offers that the Harley Boom Box does not offer. 1, it's full touch screen. 2,
the GTS offers full touch screen.
2,
the 2019.
My 2016.
Okay. But I just want to make sure for the audience.
Right.
2019, but anything pre-2019 doesn't offer. It does offer full touch screen, but it still has some physical buttons.
Right. This has no physical buttons.
Okay.
It offers Apple CarPlay and Android.
Both. So that's an interesting point because I know you want to say that. So tell people why that's important.
Well, if you buy your 2019 Harley Davidson with the GTS boom box, it only offers Apple CarPlay, and you have to buy the WIM to be able to connect to your headset, or you're using a wire connection.
Right. So if you don't have a headset, a wireless Hardy stamped headset, or a Hardy wired headset, it won't actually activate Apple CarPlay. So you can plug your phone in the new Boombox GTS 2019. You will get the typical, just like the old Boombox, you'll get album artwork and your songs, but you will not be able to activate, which is in my video, which is what I had to learn. I taught my dealership about that. They had no clue. And they were so happy when I told them what you actually need to do that. You'll have to, and again, you won't get Android. Android CarPlay is not in that. And I know there's a lot of Android users.
Right. It offers.
Not sure why, but there is.
Because we love our Androids.
Sorry.
He just threw that one out there and I picked it up like the goddamn fish.
Look at him. He knows too. Dude, I was just busting his balls.
It offers 2 USB ports, one a high-powered USB port so that you can plug your phone in and charge it.
So an extra charger on your bike for your phone coming out of the head unit.
Out of the head unit. And then a separate USB port so you can plug in a media, like a USB thumb drive with your music.
Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, I didn't know that.
And with an additional wiring harness, you can use your handlebar controls still to control volume, music. The touchscreen, another negative is that it's not.
Go back to the really quick before the negative. Yeah. The thumb sticks, joysticks on your controls on a Harley. Does it forward, back, volume, up, down, skip music, rewind, all that shit?
Yep.
Okay. I do want to mention we haven't even been reached out to this Sony reference this unit. So this is not a sponsored to talk about it.
No,
this is completely unbiased.
No one has come to us or me and say, hey, please plug my stuff.
Spider 20. Can you please plug our
443? No, I wanted to mention that because we're just trying to help bikers, honestly, because we get asked about it. So, all right. So good. So, okay. So no marine grade, not CB compatible, does come with Android CarPlay and Apple CarPlay. And now you're going to get into something else.
Couple negatives.
Marine grade would be a negative to me, but CB I don't give a shit about. Marine grade would be a negative to me.
So the touchscreen is not glove friendly.
Either any kind of IPA. Popeye's doing a beer run, so any type of IPA is fine.
Which could be a down detractor for some riders. If you want to have navigation, you have a couple options. You're either using your cell phone, your either Apple or Android phone, and using that Apple CarPlay or Android CarPlay, and so you get to their
Apple Maps or Google Maps,
right? Or you spend an extra about $260 for Sony's that XAV-AX, which is a separate module that you would have to attach to the bike.
So a separate module for 260 miles or $260, excuse me, to get integrated
navigation.
GPS. Okay. Who runs that?
So that it's manufactured by Sony, but the navigation data is issued by TomTom.
TomTom. Gotcha. They're behind it. Kind of like with the Boombox, it's Navi Extras behind the navigation. And with the maps.
Right.
TomTom's behind the maps. Yeah.
And so one negative with that is neither Sony nor TomTom have updated the maps or have an update as of today's date, which is September 30th, 2018.
Ooh, why is that? Are they not working together?
That I haven't figured out yet. But all the blogs and no one has been able to. Sony has said, we know about it. We're not doing anything about it yet. TomTom has not.
So a little bit of a Boombox debacle too going on.
So you'd be in the same position where you'd have maps that are just out of date.
Can you go to, do you know this? Can you go to TomTom and buy the maps, or they just aren't available?
Not available.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
And it's updated on a SD memory card.
Nice.
So I'm sure at some point in the future, it's a possibility that, the maps will be up to date. But as of today, there's no updates for the maps.
But you can still use Apple Maps and Google Maps. So,
right.
Yep.
Right.
Good. Interesting.
But just having that box will, let's say you don't have cell service wherever, you could still have some sort of mapping function.
Satellite-based.
Mm-hmm.
Satellite-based navigation integrated. Nice. All right, what's next? Spider MO 443. It's a cool name, dude. Just saying. I didn't know that was his name. It's cool. Sexy.
But that's a big detractor. Now, when I was thinking, okay, how do I figure out this marine grade issue? Because I'm strongly considering forking out the almost $900 to yank up my boom box, put in this new head unit, get this
I'd
navigation
like to do a video
box.
on this.
And I'm thinking,
marine grade, which we're talking about
grade?
Waterproof.
Right. How do I keep the water out of the screen?
Especially when your local dealership washes the upper half of your bike.
Yeah, and you're going to spend $500 to $600 on something that's not marine grade. And if you get it wet, it's going to fuck up and break.
Just Popeye, he wrote that down on his parchment paper. That was a direct quote. I'll add that to the show notes.
So I was plugging through the different forums, HD forums and whatnot, and they came across this company, Garage Bagger Stereo.
Okay. No affiliation.
No affiliations. All of these companies, no affiliation with, but I reached out to say, this is what I'm trying to do. What are my options? And a gentleman named Chris Lowe from Garage Bagger Stereo responded to my email. So yeah, we have a marine rated covers that work for the Rushmore Project Road Glides and Batwing fairing bikes at a price point of about $130 to $180.
And what is this that they make at marine grade? How do they do it?
I was just going to say.
It's a plastic cover that goes over your radio.
$150 for a fucking plastic cover?
Yeah,
It's an
goddamn
expensive
it.
condom.
No shit.
Straight
Get some
up.
saran wrap and put it over the thing.
Might be worth it considering child support payments. I'm just saying, dude, you might want to get
I would
an
wrap
expensive condom.
that shit.
So, all right. So this is so Sony themselves doesn't make an actual.
No.
This is good information, dude. I didn't know any of this. So this is actually
No shit. I never heard anything like this before.
informational.
So the
People
head
will
unit
appreciate this.
is designed for automobiles and trucks to be inside, not out and exposing elements like you on a boat or your pontoon boat or whatnot.
So you think that is it your understanding? This is actually fascinating. You think it's your understanding that they originally Sony made this unit for other implementations and went, we could do this with the boombox. So if we make the proper connectors, CAN bus connectors for Harley, we can use this shit in Harley.
Well, Sony did not make the aftermarket connectors. A company called Metra,
Holy shit,
right?
dude.
And
So
Very
this
interesting.
thing, this Sony product doesn't even normally would fit into your.
It'll fit.
it will fit,
You got to customize a little bit or something.
but you have to have additional piece parts.
It wasn't, I know your question, Popeye.
Right.
It was made, it'll fit perfect. They figured that out. Oh, it's the right size, but the actual wiring and get it to talk to Harley was an afterthought.
Correct. And that's some aftermarket companies that are like, hey, we can make this shit work. All
Make some more money.
All right. We take our magic smoke boxes and we hook it to the Sony head unit and to the Harley harness, so you don't have to clip any wires.
Yep. Plug and
we
play.
can make the two talk.
Nice.
Sure, we charge you a few extra bucks, but if you're tired of the boom box and you want to upgrade your stereo system,
Right.
just like you would do in your old muscle car, you want to put in your boom box, not boom box, but your own stereo system. Some people are saying, hey, I want to upgrade my system.
So with this aftermarket company that makes this aftermarket harness, is this something that Sony will sell with the unit, or do you have to get it through another company and then, I got to go here and order the head unit. Then I got to this company and order this extra wires. Is this something that, or are there companies that sell the bundled package?
They're company that sell bundled packages. Amazon's on one.
I'll put links in the show notes when I figure this out. I'll put affiliate links. So if you're considering this based on the information we're giving you and it's helpful and it's something you want to do, please use our affiliate link in the show notes. And it'll click through to exactly what we're talking about. You can send me an Amazon link at some point over the next week.
Right.
And then I'll know exactly what you're looking at. And I will put that, guys. We'd appreciate that support. No additional cost to you. We get a small kickback if you do click through and purchase.
All right. And then the website for the company where you had the article, they also offer a kit that you buy from them, and it's all plug and play. You take your fairing off and
Okay.
remove your old system.
So
and
they've
put-
collected all the parts from Sony and from the wiring harness company
Correct.
and said, we're going to make a package and sell it.
Yep. And you give them money and they ship you a box and you install the box.
Nice. Refurbished unit or?
I think it's going to be brand effing new.
Mm-hmm.
No
Had to throw that
flashing,
out there.
no flashing required.
Right. Nice. All right.
Now, one more thing. So this system it will drive your factory speakers without a problem.
Without an amp.
Without an
It's
amp.
got enough wattage to drive your speakers.
Yes.
Okay.
Will you be pleased? Probably not. If you guys, hey,
Your stock HD speakers.
Right.
Right.
you're going to want to add an amplifier.
So it's got less power than the boom box.
Correct.
Out of the box.
Correct.
Okay.
You're going to want to add an amp.
Okay.
But the beauty behind it is, unlike the Harley system, which you had to add additional line levelers and whatnot, you can go straight from the output of the Sony head unit directly into an amplifier through RCA jacks.
You don't need to flash and all that.
No flashing required. Go directly into an amplifier, and then you can wire that amplifier directly to your speakers.
Nice. So it's got RCA outs.
Correct.
So what we're talking about there, guys, is with the boombox. Aside from the J&M system, which we've done a install video on, you can get all that on our website, of course. You had to flash your boombox system. There are some. I'm not going to get complicated with that. We recently did a Rockford, and there's aftermarket companies that can get into it. But at any rate, what he's saying is, there's not a lot of complication. It's more like a traditional stereo.
Correct.
Where you can just plug a damn amp in and go. But you will need an amp.
If you really want to upgrade, you're going to want to add an amplifier to the system.
Very nice. All right, we're still going to roll. Hopefully this is great information. Are you searching for the easiest and quickest attachable luggage system for your motorcycle? Rick Rack has just what you're looking for. Forget all those frustrating straps and bungee cords that can come loose and slap your paint. Check out one of Rick Rack's awesome quick attach strapless luggage rack systems. This father-son team designed something really special. Can't find anywhere else, I guarantee that. Yep, these guys ride. They truly understand the needs of bikers. It's how they came up with this stuff, guys. The Rick Rack quick attach system is strong, durable, secure with a lockable system. Also, check out their full line of quality touring bags to accompany your quick detach system. Once you use Rick Rack, you'll never go back. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics? Head over to Law Abiding Biker store. Check out our full line of Rick Rack systems and bags. All right, spit it from there, Squid. Where are we going?
I'm a real integral part of this show right here tonight. I'm feeling the last one.
You are needed. You are needed.
The last episode, I talked like 80% this time.
Correct.
I'm like 10%.
Everybody's got their subject matter, right? I knew one episode would be more this way, and one episode, and it works perfect.
Yeah.
It works perfect. All right.
I just get on my bike and ride.
I just ride.
So for price point, I'm all in for it.
Really?
Yeah.
So
for about $530 for the head unit and wiring harness, right? You can swap out your boom box to the Sony head unit, and that would include the XM Sirius radio module and antenna.
which we don't need. We've established
Some
that.
of us actually need it.
So
We've
for
established that.
$500, you're going to gain what?
gonna-
I mean, like over your regular fucking
The
system.
complications of the boom box.
I'm going to lose the Harley shit.
Right.
That's what I'm going to gain.
And probably Sony.
I'd be pissed. Like if it was me. And
No,
I'm gonna
most
spend
people are.
$500. I'd be like, bullshit.
People are
Fix
buying-
the problem.
They won't, though. They can't. They've tried for 5 years. That's the problem. That's why so many people are pissed. You're right.
Yeah.
That's what that's why people are pissed, dude. You have to do the whim, and a Harley stamped headset. You're already in $500. You're already in $500 just to fix their lack of Bluetooth pairing capability, just like that. And people are bending over backwards to pay it. That's
Ridiculous.
Harley's the only company, one of the only companies that can do this kind of shit
And get away with it.
and get away with it.
Get away with it.
They're not as much anymore. They're really going to have to start dialing in. So
So Shade Tree Mechanic could do this over a weekend. Minor tools.
Oh, what?
Shade Tree Mechanic.
Shade tree?
Shade
Tree.
Weekend.
Shade. Oh, shade.
shade tree.
Weekend renter.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
So tell me this though. Let's do it. I got a calculator up. How much is the Sony XAV whatever 5AX 5000 Spider MO 443 unit cost?
Unit cost for Spider MO443 actually is very expensive.
People are going to be searching for the XAV Spider MO443 and they get no results on Google.
What the? Maybe 1 second or.
Yeah, I'm trying to add all this up for reels. Like, forget the XM unit. People don't need that subscription. But if we can add that at the end. But I just want to say getting off the ground and running here.
So with it, I'm looking the current price as of today. $498 plus shipping. So
with free shipping. That's a lot of money.
Free shipping. free shipping. Without the XM unit, it is.
So let's just give me the price without the XM unit because I pretty much told people they don't need it now.
Yeah. $407.
You could save yourself $100 and get all that shit free on your iPhone.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Wait. $448.
Okay.
$448.
So $50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So $448 plus we need this $150 condom. So let's go ahead and add. Is $150 for the condom from a different company?
Correct.
So $150 plus we need is that with the wiring harness?
That's with the wiring harness.
Okay. What else do we need? Anything?
That would be it. That would get you off the ground and running.
So $598 if you don't care about XM. $598 for the condom to make it marine grade, and the unit itself that comes with all the harnesses, and everything you need. So there you go for sure. $600. Lordy, that's a
good load. That's a lot of money.
That's just a little bit of coin. All right, that's just a little bit of coin.
Considering the boom box is like $2,500. So people like to upgrade from the old non-touchscreen 4.3 version, the small one.
Right.
I think it's like for the GT pre-2019 is like $2,500 to upgrade. Redonkulous. So it's not a bad price, even though the good pastor over here says, good Lord, it's a lot of money in the scheme of things.
But for someone out there,
how does it work though? Tell me your thought there before I interrupt. For somebody, your price point, you said for somebody out there though,
that they know they want to upgrade their audio system. They've gone past their 2-year warranty. Now they're ready to make some changes to their bike. They're ready to upgrade. This is a good starting point to build a competition audio system or a really nice audio system.
Yep.
With some improvements, i.e. Apple CarPlay, Android CarPlay, losing the boom box. Like I said, there are some detractors, the lack of navigation without adding that extra another $250.
So $250 plus $598. So $850, right? $750. Sorry. $850. Sorry. So you'd be up to $850 to one to integrate satellite navigation. So, okay. Another detractor that I'm just thinking now that you've educated me on this is the fact that you would have to get an amp. I say that because I have a J&M Rocker XX Extreme currently hooked to my boombox. Mm-hmm. It don't accept that stuff. It's plug and play for the Harley CAN bus system. So I would literally have to rip my J&M Rocker amp and get some amp that hooked up just to, right? Is that a fair analysis?
Well,
he's calling my bullshit right here. Dude.
No. Because if you're plugging into the factory harness, right?
Yeah, but my amp, what happens is out of the boombox system comes 2 plugs.
Yeah, your
left
speakers.
and right channel.
Mm-hmm.
And then they plug into my amp. And then out of my amp comes 2 more plugs that go into left and right speaker, but they're all plugged. There's no RCA action going on.
Right. I like the little monkey thing going on there.
Right.
So, but that wiring harness that comes with the aftermarket wiring harness that comes with the Sony head unit allows it internal amp it would normally just power those stock speakers. So I'm sure that's input.
But what do I do with my J&M Rocker? If you don't know, it's okay. But what do I do with my already J&M Rocker XX Extreme or somebody that has already the Boom Audio Stage 2 system or a Rockford Fosgate that are these plug and play systems? Are they going to work with the Sony? Because they're made for the boom box.
Right. I think they would still work because it's using the factory harness as an output from the head unit to the speaker system. So
it has plugs coming off just like the boom box. factory stock Harley plugs. And so you're saying that we could just plug our amp right into those, because you said it had RCAs, which was interesting, which is what's throwing me.
Which are on aftermarket stereo, so that you can add amplifiers. Now it has its own internal amplifier, so it could self-power speakers.
Right, but and I'm getting back to the question. I'm trying to track with you here. Popeye's confused over there. He's just going to drink. He's just like, I'm just going to guzzle this whiskey.
I'm just going to keep my mouth full of something.
Out of the corner of my eye. Good call. I do that sometimes too. So I'm just drinking for this part. So you could, when you and Rob are arguing, I just drink.
Front to back.
But what I'm saying is, coming out of the system, is there two output non-RCA plugs that'll plug in to my stock Harley speakers?
The answer is yes.
So then I could take those off and plug them into my amp. That's how you do it with if you're installing amp systems on a Harley Boom Box radio, there's two plugs that come out, left and right channel. Right. They plug directly into your speakers. We unplug those. We plug the amp in, and the other of the amp coming out, we plug in the speakers.
So I'm going to say,
you're just putting the amp, you're splitting it in between. So can we split it?
That's going to work, because all we're doing is unplugging your Harley Boom Box, that wiring harness, the back of the boom box. We unplug that wiring harness, plug. We plug it into the new wiring harness.
I got you.
And then plug that into the Sony.
I would say this though. The only reason it would cause issues is because those amps, like the J&M Rocker XX Extreme, is specifically internally made to work with the watts and the output of the boombox. Which is why you don't need to flash it. The Rocker XX, or the Rockford Fosgate, which we have a for sale video on too, it requires you to have a Rockford Fosgate installer who has the aftermarket software.
So they can tune your amp.
It's not going to, that's what I'm saying. I don't think you could just, if you already have a external aftermarket stereo system, as far as amp and speakers, I don't think that it's just going to be plug and play. I think it'll plug and play, but it's not going to sound good. You're going to have to somehow figure out how to tune. And with the JMM Rocker XX Extreme, you aren't going to. With the Harley Davidson Stage 2 audio system, dude, those are all through Digital Technician at the Harley dealership. They have to flash that for that. So I don't know, dude.
I got to do a little bit more research.
No, it's good. It's good information. I'm trying to bring up some good questions that me as a Harley owner would be like, you already have this aftermarket system, which is specifically tuned for J&M to work with the boombox. You can't change the J&M one. It's specifically, they send it that way so it works with the boombox. Right. So you kind of if you don't have an aftermarket system, I'll say this right now. If you don't have an aftermarket amp and speakers, then go for it. Because then you can figure that out. You can add on the regular amp with RCAs and stuff. You might want to do some research if you have a aftermarket.
Like for me, I have Hog Tunes set up on my bike.
And those are easy, right?
Yeah.
They have RCA?
No, but it's using the factory speaker inputs.
That's right, because I did a Hog Tunes too. We have a video for that too.
So
what'd you do with that? You think you could just plug in directly to the Hog Tunes? And Hog Tunes is one of the systems that doesn't need to be flashed or anything.
Correct.
I'm
not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to unplug my boom box and plug the factory wiring harness into that replacement.
And it should split.
And it should just work.
I agree. It's going to split and everything just fine. I agree. The whole only issue I would be concerned about with everybody, the listeners, is you would have to check into it.
Right.
Yeah, the head unit, the tunability, some of that, and we've got videos on all this, guys, on how to install them. It would be whether you can actually tune that amp for that head unit, right?
Yep.
Or if you wanted to, a guy like me could just yank his J&M Rocker and use the speakers and get an aftermarket amp that accepts RCAs and tune it exactly how I want.
Yes.
Right. Is that fair?
Yeah. That straight up.
It makes good conversation. Brings up a lot of issues that I think guys would want to know.
I thought so too.
And straight from Popeye. Deep Thoughts by Popeye.
But if you're building your own system.
Right. If you're starting from scratch, it's golden. I just want guys to think about that. Like, what are you going to do? Like, I don't know what I would do with the J&M. I would have to see. They sent it a certain way, but it still has tuning knobs. So that's just how they suggested it to work with the boombox. I could probably tune it just fine if I played with it a little bit for the new head unit, depending on what kind of output, line output power was coming from.
I need to reach out to a couple of aftermarket companies and see what they have to say about it.
Nice. So how's as we wrap this, we're doing good as we wrap this episode up. So it's got, which is nice. It's all touchscreen. I don't want to breeze over that. We've got it marine grade now with this condom. The nice thing is it does have, I know that pissed people off because I see it in the YouTube threads on my Boombox GTS video. People are pissed that it doesn't have, because there's a lot of Android users that it doesn't have Android.
WTF.
What the fuck? Yeah, exactly, dude. And it's called Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
How
it's
could you?
Android Auto, right? That's their official name for it, Android Auto, yeah. Which is their version of Apple CarPlay. So you get the both, and you don't need to have a headset with it, right? For it to work.
No, you do not.
That's crazy, huh? That's crazy. Crazy shit, Popeye. Straight up, dude. I'm actually interested to see this unit. So we may get one of these bad boys. Android Auto. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We might acquire one of these units. Again, we're not sponsored by either companies, anything we've talked about, but we may acquire one of these units at some point and do an install video. It'd be very interesting. I'd actually like to physically look at it and use it.
Physically touch the head.
I would physically like to touch
Caress
the head. Swipe left and right, up and down. I'm just saying, dude. Have you heard any, in your research, any shit talk about it? Like, it lags and...
No, it's people enjoy the performance. They like, the screen is speedy. All right.
I didn't say anything. I didn't even look at you.
I was waiting for
It's a present. He knows when you're about to shit talk.
I was waiting.
Everybody knows when Popeye's going to shit talk. That's what I do. I look out the corner of my eye because I see him moving over there.
Wait for it. Oh no! But other than, like I said, as far as for Harley riders and the detractors, is that marine grade issue.
There's people using it and love it from what I've read.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even with the new GTS.
You can keep it.
I think it's a viable option. I really do. I don't know. I'm not against it just because I want to keep my boombox because I have to do boombox videos to help people. But I would love to see somebody else. We might have to figure this out, dude. Maybe we'll just get one here at Lab Media and put it in your bike. We might just do that. We'll see what kind of feedback we get on this.
Oh, fuck. Look at that big old frickin' hard on just stepping up in his.
We may work
put that
something
thing
out
away
here,
there,
bro.
Squid.
Because I know. Here you, doing, just hear it on the mic. Just, you know what? That's what we do around here. Because I do want to help bikers with this, and I would actually like maybe you. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll just do that, and then you can test it for a while, and then bring you back on.
Yeah,
and we'll do a couple of videos on it. Maybe show people, and I would really be fascinated. I just can't do it on my bike because, like I said, I at least need to keep the older boombox. So, dude, what else about, as we wind down here, because we are about done, is there anything else that, and let me go through this. Let me do this for you, because sometimes this helps jog people's memory. Cons: not marine grade, fixed, $150 condom, not CB compatible. Don't give a shit. Nobody uses CBs anymore. $525 for the unit. You can get additional $50 for about $600. You can get XM satellite if you're like Squid and still use that. It comes with both Android CarPlay and Apple CarPlay. It doesn't have to have the WIM or anything hooked up to it to get those two options to play. If you want additional integrated satellite navigation, an extra $200 for that. But you don't need that. You can certainly use Apple Maps or Google Maps via the particular CarPlay platforms. It's got a separate module. What did I do there? Integrated navigator. That's a separate module you have to get for $260. I digress. $260 for the separate module and integrated navigation. Behind the satellite navigation is TomTom. They haven't updated their maps for 2 years, but we're hopeful that they will update those maps soon. Not sure about that, We'll definitely, per Squid, want to get an aftermarket amplifier to run your stock speakers. It's not quite as powerful of a head unit coming out as the boombox. And as discussed, if you have an aftermarket system already installed with amp and speakers, you'll need to definitely figure out what kind of adjustability you have with your amp to make sure that you'll be able to adjust it with the line power coming out of the Sony XAV unit. Did I take good notes?
In a nutshell.
Nicely done.
You know what we need to do?
What's that, bro?
What?
I think we can hold like a telephone. If you want to send some money to my brother, Squid, raise some money for his new Sony.
Oh my God.
Oh, you make me want to cry.
What was his name again?
Jesus Christ. Billy Graham.
No.
Billy Graham.
His name on the freaking.
It's Spider
Mo.
Mo 443. Don't forget the numbers 443.
Spider what? Spider Mo? What?
Spider Mo 443.
Spider Mo 443.
That's right. Not
Spider
changing it.
Mo 443.
PayPal.com/Spider Mo.
Send your money. The Lord, I can hear him speaking to me. He wants you to send it. He needs it on his back. He needs to know where he is going when he is out in the middle of nowhere. We need to get his money to him today.
Praise the Lord.
Send your money.
Praise the Lord.
Send your money, brothers and sisters.
Oh my God.
All right, that's all I got to add.
You're killing me, dude. Well done, dude.
Just so you know, we are all on that train now. You know that? Just let you know.
That's funny shit. Okay. Good
Phones
job.
are going to be ringing off. I don't know what fucking phones we have around here that ring if we have a line, but they're going to start ringing.
We're taking calls right now live.
Coming in live. Coming in hot.
Good way to go. And on that fucking bombshell. Oh my God, dude. Nicely done.
Glad I was a contributor to this episode.
You really were. You really came in at the end. Man. You really came in.
Bringing her all together.
Squid, thank you. I know you did. He's got his laptop like prepared here and his mouse, and he really did a lot of research. I asked him several days ago because I just wanted to, you guys could tell from the episode I didn't know, and I thank you, Papa. I appreciate you for coming with your parchment paper. He's patting
That was
on
from
that
last
parchment
episode,
paper.
though.
It was. Had nothing to do with this episode, but nonetheless. Nonetheless, you came with parchment paper. Squid, no, thank you. You came overly prepared and really took this seriously, and I think the information that you just gave, dude, I'm going to do some copious show notes, and I took notes, as you can tell, because I really want to put some very specific things about this Sony XAV unit. I get asked a lot, and I put it off for like 2 years. It's more relevant now than ever because of the new GTS, and guys are like, what am I going to do here? And with you, with the recent refurbished unit and the debacle
Oh, God.
you went through, a lot of guys are at their wits' end like you and are ready to make a change and just get rid of the whole Harley nightmare.
What I took out of this whole episode is buy a 2019 or newer.
If you're going to buy a 2019 year, it's better than the old boombox. You still may end up getting a Sony XAV. Now, we have some extra content for you guys after the outro. So all of you that as soon as the music starts, tune out, well, too bad. You're going to miss it. So I have a little bit of extra content that me and Squid and Papa, you'll find this story very interesting.
Oh, God.
After we do the outro here. So always make sure you go to the end because the last couple episodes we've done extra bonus content after the outro music, and we try to do that. So just like we change our intros all the time, you never know what we're going to do at the very end. So anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the biker revolution. Either way, whether you run the boombox or whether you're going to upgrade to the Sony XAV unit, you will need to pair. Did we talk about that? You can pair your phone directly with it?
Yeah, you can.
Via Bluetooth. One thing we skipped over, so there you go. And you will definitely need a biker gripper to have your phone up on your handlebars so that you can see it, you can function it. That's right. Be safe while you're doing that, of course. That's right. If you need the cell phone or GPS motorcycle mounting solution, get the Biker Gripper, sexiest, sleekest, strongest cell phone and GPS motorcycle mount on the market. Use it to mount your cell phone, GPS device, radar detector, EFI tuners, toll transponders, and so much more. Tried and tested right here by the law-abiding biker crew. That's right. Believe in it so much, we stamped our logo on it. Available exclusively in the Law-Abiding Biker store. Choose from several different models. Our control mount, our universal bar mounts, up to you. You can get all the information over at lawabidingbiker.com/biker gripper.
Amen, brothers and sisters. Get out there, get your biker gripper, get your 03D products, and get your Rick Rack systems. Oh, yeah.
Rick Rack. Nice. All right, extra content. You got to take a leak, Popeye?
No.
You were un-earmuffin. Or cans or earmuffin. I don't know what you call it, dude. But all right. So here we go. So this is a funny story, Popeye, and you'll appreciate this because you've been involved. So,
oh God,
I will tell you that I have been blessed. I have flown drones for many years, and I have a lot. I take it very seriously. I have a lot of hours flying drones and honing my skills because I need to get shots and film shots and cinematic shots
with the 4G gimbal.
Right. Exactly. And Squid, Spider MO443 completely understood that. Yeah. It's a 4K gimbal, Squid. I've never heard of a 4K gimbal, but
I have today.
I have today. All right, let me take a mouse dry. So anyways, I take it very seriously because I do these documentary films, and I told Squid today, a lot of guys get drones, and I get it. They are expensive. So I'm not minimizing the expense. But if you want to get good and you want to get better shots than anybody else on the internet, and you want to push your filmmaking to the next level, you will do shots and do things that the average guy is not willing to risk. I've risked many things over the years, I will tell you. Now, up to this point, I've come very close to crashing drones. And the last time that I did it was a year and a half ago. And I actually got lucky, but I was getting the money shot up a river, and I was filming some search and rescue boats that wanted some video. And I went to go, it was windy as shit. And that's what I'm saying by risking. And I went under between the water and the bridge, which I've done tons of time, but it was really low. It was a really low bridge, and it was windy, and a gust caught it, and it didn't have upward sensor, and it went right up into the bottom of the concrete bridge, and I lost gimbal. It was black, it was water, it was sky, and I literally was like, yep, just completely lost a very expensive drone in the water. And I look back down at my screen, and I'm like, holy shit, it's still there.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
It's a Festivus miracle.
Festivus miracle. And the gimbal came back, and it was totally screwed. And it flew sideways, like at an angle, and I was able to get it in, and I was able to land it. All the propellers were screwed up. Anyways, that was the closest I came to losing a drone. Now, me and Squid today spent all day in the studio, most of the day, filming some new LED stuff that will come out on the YouTube channel. We won't talk a lot about that. This is Squid's first time filming with me in the studio and with a drone. So we went up to the canyon.
I'm getting excited. Something happened here.
Oh yeah.
It was a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful, beautiful day.
Light breeze.
Everybody was happy.
The birds chirping.
Unicorns.
Yes, exactly. Unicorn shitting purple poop.
Eating it right out of, as soon as it hit the ground. It's delicious. Unicorn poop is delicious. Everybody knows that.
Delicioso.
Well, they know now.
So, we wanted to get some GoPro shots. I got the GoPro shots. Anyways, we get now this is a brand new drone. It's 3 weeks old. And,
just
I
a little baby drone.
Baby drone.
Just a little baby.
Yeah. And I sold my older one, for this, and I've flown the shit out of it. I've already got some beautiful footage from it. So we went up in the canyon, and I wanted to get some shots of these LED lights, and I've flown up there a lot, and I've got a lot of similar type shots of different products and stuff. And I think Squid was really good because he's never done this before. And if you've ever been involved with drone, and I know Popeye has, I'll tell you, kind of where to ride, how to ride. And we were lucky in our trip. We only had to do a couple shots. But when I'm doing product stuff, paid videos and stuff like that, I want to get multiple shots. So I think it was 4 or 5 times up and down a particular couple mile stretch of highway or a state route. And so we were on our last one, and then we were going to go to our local watering hole and get some food. And I shit you not, dude. I'm coming down. I'm like, we're almost done. I'm getting this money shot, dude. And I'm coming low, dude. And I'm coming in sideways, dude. It is the cinematic. I was like stoked, dude. All of a sudden, out of the corner of the camera, because it's kind of a wide angle lens, I see a sign coming, dude. I'm like, it's a fire rescue sign. I'm like, oh shit. And at the last second, dude, I could not bail out. Straight up, dude. Tag the sign. All I see is sky, dirt, sky, road, sky.
Shit.
Poof. Dude, and that's all I saw.
Oh, shit.
Done, dude. Straight up done.
Drone's fucked?
Well, the story gets better.
Oh, okay.
So, good question.
It does
though.
get better.
Busload hookers comes along.
Right. Next thing you know,
We're back to filming.
Spider MO443 comes running up.
For the money shot.
We need some more money. We just lost a drone. We just lost a drone. God help us.
$5. That's all we need. $5. Give me your $5.
The Lord is telling me to send just a $5 right now.
God, let the drone be okay, Lord. Let the drone be okay. It's just stupid. Okay. So
Got you guys hooked. Huh?
I run back and I know because I know where the sign I hit. I didn't have to get on GPS and figure if you're a ways away, you got to get on GPS. Luckily, it wasn't the river. We were flying over the river at one point, but I went back. Now, here's the great part. Here's the only positive part of the story. So this is the first time I've actually, after a year, and most guys crash all the time. So I'm pretty blessed that I haven't. But if you're going to do this kind of stuff and get these low, quick sport mode shots where there's no obstacle avoidance, there's risks involved. And I've come really close to telephone poles before.
Like signs.
Last time I was filming Big Daddy on his bike, I nearly took out a telephone pole, and I was really lucky because it was flying so low. So anyways, I go over there, and I was actually pleasantly surprised because I was going to write it off. I was like, yeah, we lost. I have insurance on it, but still it would have been a deductible. But it was sitting right side up in the sagebrush, in the dirt, had dirt all up in the motors, all over the thing. It looked like hell. It's missing one propeller.
Poor little fella.
Poor little fella. Another propeller's half snapped off. And basically what happened is I could tell, because I'm a FAA investigator, I could basically tell official FAA investigation. Highly trained.
That you hit a fucking pole.
Pretty much I hit a sign, fire rescue sign, picked it up and rode off. But what I could tell is the left side props were broke. So I got lucky. I didn't actually go into it full speed sideways. It clipped the left side propellers on the side of the sign, which popped the propellers, and it must have spiraled because now it's out of control because it didn't have all 4 rotors, and it did this death spiral down, which is why it landed right side up, and there was propeller pieces everywhere. Anyways, we picked it up, and I told Darryl, okay, that's all the shots we're going to get for today because I got no. We're done. All the extra propellers are back at the studio. And we came back off anyways. We bullshitted for a while, got on the workbench. We blew the motors out. I looked at the camera. Believe it or not, the camera lens is fine. The gimbal's fine. It literally needed to be cleaned up. It doesn't have a scratch on it. And we replaced the propellers because I always have backup propellers because that's the first thing you ruin if you're going to crash. And replaced it. We took it out for a test flight before we went down to our watering hole. It literally, I got out by the hair of my chinny chin chin. It flies fine. It has new propellers. It's not scratched. The camera's fine. Unbelievable, dude.
And more
we got
importantly,
money shots before that.
Exactly.
The shots we got. And I actually was, and I was actually filming when I wrecked, which I haven't looked at the footage. Maybe later tonight we will.
Yeah.
It's just,
Nice.
it's nothing but hauling ass, and all of a sudden a sign and just sky, dirt, road, dirt, sky, rocks. Just, yeah, you're just like,
Nice.
so I knew it was going to happen eventually, but like I told Squid, you know what? That's what we do here at Law Abiding Biker Media. I'm willing to get the shots, and I know
Risking
it's a
it
risk
for the folks.
Totally, dude. Just like the
all
flag
on the line.
Yeah.
Just like the flag
Risking
in
it for
Ouray,
America.
Colorado. Yeah, risking it for America,
Hell yeah.
dude.
Put more on the line than just the law-abiding bikers that day. We're risking it for America.
America, baby. There you go. That's your extra content. You got anything to add to that, Squid?
I had a blast, and I didn't wreck my bike.
Very good. You did a good job. You did a really good job.
It was fun. 20 miles an hour.
Riding at the right speed so I can get the shots I need and being patient and realizing that we got to do 5 takes to get the shots that I need.
The headset was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Using headsets.
We use 20S headsets, which Popeye's going to get. I've talked to him about it. They work great because it's so nice when I'm filming. You used to have to brief and then just like a set, brief and then go out and do the shots and come back. That didn't work. Do this and then brief. We had the Bluetooth headsets, the 20S and the 30K from Senna, which we sell in the law-abiding biker store. They are great. And we're able to just talk while we're doing it. And I would tell them, especially while I was GoPro shots, I'd come up next to you guys and go around you and do all kinds of shit. I was able to tell them, okay, hit your right signal. We were doing LED taillight stuff.
Right.
And I hit your left signal, hit your brakes, ride your brakes. And okay, I'm coming up next to you and good, hit this corner. I'm going to get some good shots around this corner. And we didn't have to do the
There's no
stop,
stopping.
go, brief. Yeah. So
It was made everything quick.
it did. It did. Plus hearing his sexy voice in there. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Just straight up. All right. There you go, guys. That is the extra content. We are out of here.